There was a lot of rocks and everything.
I think it's over here.
Yeah, I think it was down there too. Yeah, but it's been a long time. I just remember what the water's like. Cold.
Well, you splash it on your face first. And you ever hear of that?
No.
It's called the mammalian diving response, the mammalian diving reflex.
Oh.
We're mammals. You splash cold water or cold breeze from the Arctic breeze on the face of a mammal. It triggers the vagus nerve to send all the blood into the trunk of the body, into the viscera, in a 1-2 pattern.
Right.
Different 1-2 in men, women, reproductive organs, chest cavity.
Hey, Herb.
Oh my God.
Herb, Gideon.
Dale.
Hi, I'm Dale.
I'm Wyatt Cooper.
Wyatt, nice to meet you.
Why? I've been thinking about you.
Yeah. How have you been?
Fine. I remember what you told me about converting automobiles and taking those bodies apart. And I'm here looking for a guy, Victor, from the Dominican Republic, who does bodies.
Yeah.
Body work.
Okay. Have you? Do you want to walk this way? I mean, have you seen him? I
haven't seen him. He could be up by the monkey tree.
All right. Yeah. Well, we can head up this.
You have time?
Yeah. Sure. Let's go.
I would love to take. Wyatt, let's pick this up later, bro.
Okay, we will. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All righty. I'll see you later.
Okay, guys.
So the body thing, that's taken care of, though, right?
Well, he's done some things, but I have other things to ask you about.
So,
Yeah, the body workers are from, my guy is from Dominican Republic, Hispaniola.
Yeah. And yeah, which I know is split.
Haiti.
Is there a mountain range in between the two?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why that's the natural border. The French took one side and the Spanish the other.
You know,
I know they fought over it quite a bit.
it's so radical.
That's where Columbus landed, right? Was like on the,
Up in the Far Tortugas or something.
yeah.
Everybody has a place where Columbus
Sure.
landed.
Well, he did move around,
Yep.
yeah. So,
But Haiti is so different. The land, I mean, it's
so
just-
different from the Dominican side or from Jamaica or from
No,
both?
no. From the Dominican side, it's like a line. They've used everything. All the trees are cut and the land is used. They take metal and create musical instruments everywhere. And
You know, I
just
have
very
a
different.
story that I wrote that has to do with Haiti. I've been super interested in Haiti, I mean, for a long time. And Maya Deren wrote a book. Have you read that on the horseman? It's anthropological, but really amazing book because she became a priestess. And we should just go to these places.
easy.
Yeah, like what? How much does it cost to get to Jamaica?
Oh, Christ, 300. Well, I haven't checked in a year.
What's that?
I haven't checked in a year. I would think 300 something.
How do you get there? You fly from
Here
Austin,
you go through Houston.
Houston to Kingston or Montego Bay, or
I go to Kingston now, but Montego Bay, if you're on a touristy thing, or if you're with me, you can go to Kingston.
well,
Does it?
I'm also just thinking like, you know,
On your own, you wouldn't go to Kingston. Ever.
Yeah.
You'd go to Montego Bay.
yeah,
And then you just rent a car is my advice. Always have a car. Jamaica is friendly. They love you. They want to bring you home, feed you a meal, and become friends forever. And I mean, across the board, you're in very little danger there.
yeah,
People are just sweet. You're a guest.
sure.
They want to make you happy. And
I told you I went
Welcome.
when I was young, right? When I was like 14.
to Jamaica?
Yeah,
Montego Bay then.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
you're
And then we did drive into the interior a little bit.
up on the hill to
Yeah.
Cannedy and Anchovy.
Maybe I'd have to.
I think you probably went along the shore to Lucy and
We-
then to Negril.
Well, we did go up.
North
Yeah,
to Ocho Rios.
yeah. We did go there, and then also I remember like stopping. It made a big impression on me because it was the first time I'd ever been in like a fenced-in resort, and I saw the like people on the outside and the people on the inside. It really bothered me.
Oh,
And
what the hell?
and then we went to like a little place where there was some Rastas selling some sculptures and things, and that also really bothered me. That it was, I didn't like the feeling of being a tourist.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I remember at one point I just kind of clamped down and couldn't speak. And this one Rasta guy was like, trying to speak to me, and then finally he was like asking me if I spoke German, which is ironic because 2 years later I did learn German. At the time I had no idea I was going to learn German. I mean, nothing's ironic, but nothing's random.
They're deceptively, a man in the Rasta dreads is deceptively cultured and intelligent and well-spoken, and they have good
What do you mean?
cultural, well,
What do you mean deceptive?
they look so ferocious.
Oh,
And
it's like
their
a
eyes are bloodshot, but they have children, so they teach their children really good values, and they practice vegetarianism, and they have certain things early in Rasta. There was a thing about white against the black, but it wasn't real, it wasn't forever, and it's an internal thing because of some of the pain, and it's paying homage to that, but I think, I've been separated from Jamaica so long, I'd have to ask people who've been there, but I think there's a respect for Rasta and Rastafarianism as an attempt to raise children properly and conduct your life properly, healthfully. I mean, I respect them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and you were telling me before it was this watershed moments happened like in your lifetime where
Oh, fuck.
black is beautiful and
Oh, no,
what
that
was
was
going
one-
on in the United States, and then also concurrently with the Rasta. I mean, a lot of it happened around the same time, right? And the emergence of
Well,
Rasta as a political force and Bob Marley's music and everything.
Rasta probably was establishing itself in the 40s,
Yeah,
because Haile Selassie was around since the 30s.
yeah,
And he was their spiritual leader. And
Right.
his words, I mean, that wonderful song by Marley is a poem from Selassie, who was the Ras, the king,
Right.
Tafari, Rastafari.
right.
But the word Ras comes from other things. It's more than a double entendre, it's a triple or quadruple. Many meanings piled in one word. That's patois, the Creole, also spelled French, P-A-T-O-I-S, patois, of Jamaica. Anyway, by the time the 50s and 60s came around, what I was telling you the other day about black is beautiful, I think it's more Muhammad Ali and
Nina Simone.
Nina Simone. And this global sea change, the paradigm shifted. But black people were not, all those ugly words, they were not. They were beautiful.
So Rasta was already happening as a movement
Yeah.
in Jamaica.
Yeah. Back to Ethiopia, back to Africa,
Right.
back to purism, away from the subjugation and the cruelty of the whites.
Who were the first people that you remember of that political movement that entered popular culture and became leaders?
Oh, became leaders?
Well, yeah, of Rasta and also of. I mean, it's before older people than Bob Marley.
Oh yeah, but for me it's Edward, who would come to our door almost every day with a chunk of alabaster this big that he had scooped into a bowl. But he was a Rasta, and his English was this beautiful King's English.
Wait, what? What's
Edward,
alabaster? Why alabaster?
Alabaster?
What was he
It's
doing?
a beautiful stone, like
No, I know,
marble,
but why was he putting it in a bowl?
Because they have it, and he would mine it and get it and create something, shape it. It was something to sell.
Oh, nice.
And he would have donkey rope, they used to call it then. They would weave the ganja,
Right.
and he would smoke. But everybody loved and respected him. But my experience I told you about was in the 60s, which is what led Marley to write I Shot the Sheriff.
Right.
I literally hitchhiked to Jamaica with my Italian friend from Yukon, where I was in the Italian fraternity, place there to live, Pete D'Onofrio and I. We went to Montego Bay, and we're driving from Montego Bay to Kingston. We get to Falmouth, where you gas up, and Rasta approached us with kind of nasty stuff. Back to Africa and white against the black, which was not a threat. He was threatening, but it wasn't a threat to us because the guy driving is Jamaican. Brown skin, light brown. The other guy, also Jamaican, and then me and Pete. But anyway, by the time we get to Ocho Rios, to cut across to Kingston, there's a thing on the radio that filling station in Falmouth, I think it was a Texaco, had been blown up. They lit the gas on fire. The sheriff came, chased them up in the field. His arm got chopped off with a machete and he bled to death. So later, Molly said, you can shoot the sheriff, but you can't shoot him deputy down, because the next day everywhere it was open season on rosters. And that was the last time, I think the only time the established system rose up against the rosters because of that killing. But
And it was the day you were there.
I was there.
That's amazing.
I was there. We couldn't believe the story that it was where we were. Dale, you have to go to your car?
I do.
Are you parked over here?
No, I'm actually over there.
Okay.
Okay.
We didn't get to talk about the...
Yeah, we still can some other time. But yeah. Just see you, Herb.
Okay, buddy. Let's pick it up later.